Well, good evening to our Masonic Homes family, to our residents in Covina and our residents in Union City, our clients and our staff of MOS and MCYF, and to all of our team members. Wherever you might be this evening, whether you're working or whether you're home and getting ready to spend some quality time with your family, happy Friday. Yes, it's TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. It was the end of a fairly busy week for us at the Masonic Homes. And they all seem to have been incredibly busy in the last few weeks, just responding to our state, our local government, and to Medicare. And so we're happy that it's Friday. We're happy that we get a bit of a break for those of us who are constantly on Zoom calls. And I now say we're just a lot of Zoombies. Because after so many Zoom calls, it's sometimes really hard to concentrate. Anyway, enough about that. So let's talk about the numbers, and let me give you the recap again. Remember, we started with what we call the baseline test. 210 tests were completed. 209 came back as negative. 1 came back as positive for a physical therapist, who of course is now tested negative. So thank God it was probably either a false positive or it was a very mild case. So we're very happy for him and his family. As you will recall, because of that, we then went out and did a second test. Okay, and I call that the first round after the baseline. And we did 229 tests as a result of that. 226 are back, and thank God they are all negative, and we're just waiting on 3 more test results. Now, the third test number 3, or round 2, 227 tests were done. And that included, of course, our residents and our staff. 70 of our residents were tested. And for all of you that have been tested, especially those of you that have been tested 3 times, very sorry, but you know it is the requirement, and it is something we need to do. And I know it's painful, and I'm sorry that you've had to endure so much pain. But testing is just going to become a fact of life for all of us. All right, so that's the great news. As I said, MHC continues to be COVID-free. Now, once again, I always then go to what the bad news is. And the bad news, please, as you're watching the news, understand that we're beginning to see those numbers climb. We're beginning to see more hospitalizations, and we'll probably see the mortality rate start to climb too in a couple of weeks, as that always trails behind. So it's a lesson for us that we're not out of the woods yet with this virus. We're not away from this disease, and we just need to stay the course, wear those masks, maintain the social distance, be careful, and don't leave the campus. So unfortunately, it's still a very active virus out there in our communities and continuing to spread, and we just want to make sure we keep that virus at the gates. So I did want to tell you that someone got their wish in Covina, and I understand it was a banana cream pie from their favorite pie place. I actually did get a photo of it, and I'll tell you I'm quite jealous because that's one of my favorite pies too. So I may have to see if I can get someone to deliver one to my house. Now, don't you guys go out and rush and get a delivery for me. I'll take care of that myself. All right, as I said, thank God it's Friday. It's been a rather busy week around here, and as you know, I was very late in getting some of these videos out, but a lot of my meetings this week ended at 7 or 8 o'clock. Our executive team is working very hard, as well as our entire staff. And tonight, I just want to remind you, why don't you just reach out and thank them once in a while, because I know many of you are sending cards and letters and making sure that our staff understands how much you appreciate what they're doing. So reach out once in a while and just, as somebody walks by or somebody delivers your meal, just remember, thank them a little bit. And I know you appreciate everything they do, and I know how thankful you are for the Masonic Homes, and for that I appreciate it. And I just want to say how touched I've been by many of the cards and letters and emails and voice messages that you've left for me. I read everyone. I listen to everyone. And you know what? No matter how tired I might be at the end of the day, it just reminds me why it is that we do what we do. So as I said, I'm so proud of our staff. I'm so proud of the job that they've done. So proud of this entire team. And I'm also very proud of every one of our residents and clients that just are staying the course, that are just being as patient as possible in these difficult times. So for that, thank you again. All right, well, that's going to be it for tonight. I'll be back, of course, on Monday. So until then, I want you to stay home. I want you to stop the spread. And let's make sure that we save some lives. So until Monday, blessings to you and to your family. And good night.